Thank you so much. Good to be here. I think I loved Mr. Vicky's presentation. I'm still, kind of fathoming that in. The images were amazing. Yeah, we loved it. So great one once again. So while, you know, I run a company called Zypp Electric, but what I'd like to do today to talk about change, I think that's the theme of the topic. And then when I look back where I come from Jaipur, Pink City, born in a house where my dad was working for the government, Rajasthan government, as a doctor. So we used to live in a rented house, a small house, 2 BHK. And the only thing that I saw there while living, and I had an amazing childhood. Everything that you would ask for, obviously, we'll have to wait for it, score something to get it. But we used to somehow get something, right? So I won't say कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा, I'm coming from a very small family. No, it's a nice middle class family. That's where I come from. We've been provided things that we would ask for with something. But I think one thing that coming back to change that I wanted to see there is the change in one, a life of working in a job versus a change of life of an entrepreneur, right? And that was the only change that I used to see or seek as a kid, coming out of that place. Now, this actually led me to do only one thing, which is the only hope that I had in my life was to score well in exams, right? And my mom just told me about it all the time. Your name is Akash. Just look up. Please, always look up. So whether it's scolding, whether it's hitting, whether it's getting slaps, I have got and done that all because of her passion to seek change out of me in that sense, right? So she ensured that I do not fall astray in my path. I'm very focused because I think the one thing that she knew is that this guy can only get a job, and that job has to be a good job in life. And that the way that I could get education as a kid was academics. So I worked hard. I didn't enjoy a lot during my childhood, I would say. I was very focused. I like to do a few things like participating in a debate or conducting a class assembly or doing commentary for the sports day. Those things I picked up, but that was much later, right? First, the rat race of going into writing the CAT, the rat race of writing IIT, I was all of that, right? And that was the only hope. Couldn't crack IIT. In the second attempt, could get to IMT Ghaziabad at a 97 percentile, for which I slogged badly, guys. Seriously, I mean, I remember I used to live in a small, room where there was a bed. Half of the bed used to be full of books because I think I was that kid who was marked by the Indian education system, which is equals to rote learning, right? That was what I was all about during childhood. We used to learn answers, write them, and couldn't build that knowledge of gauging things, of solving problems. But then I had to do that very quickly because I had only 6-8 months to prepare for that CAT exam and finally pass through to get at least a respectable job, right? Because the first job that I got out of my engineering college was 11,000 rupees a month, right? So that is how you start. So yeah, so I did good during my CAT. I enjoyed the journey of IMT Ghaziabad of learning, and the only thing that I could go to is a job, right? So went into the job, started the journey. But then talking about change again, I think now I was out of my home. Now I was out of the shelter and my mom's varchasva in that sense, right? So now I could feel the world myself. I could read what is happening. I was trying to grow as from a kid to a man in that sense, right? And then I realized that the only large change which is happening around me while I am doing well and slogging hard in the job is a world called startup. right? So that is something that started coming to me. I started feeling, reading, researching, learning, whether it's the story of Jeff Bezos or whether it's the story of Elon Musk or the story of Sachin and Binny Bansal or MMT and so many businesses. I used to get a rush, reading those stories, and I started visualizing that, hey, this is something that kid who used to see that change, that dream, right, of a family which could change the world in that sense, if they become entrepreneurs, if they start giving jobs to people. That attracted me quite a lot. But I didn't have the courage, and I didn't have the knowledge, and I didn't have the network, and I didn't have the capital. Let's face it, I didn't have any of it to see that whether I can even do the business, a startup. So yeah, but that inkling led me to join a couple of startups where I started learning, started uh, gauging a lot, and started researching a lot. I was actually working during that time. I remember I used to have a 5.5, 5 hour kind of a sleep, but the rest of the time I was only learning, working. Crazy job, 10 hours of a job and roughly 9 hours of second life, 10, 12 hours of a job and 6, 8 hours of a second life, where I was researching what could I start up. I want to learn more, I want to gauge more, I want to see whatever is happening. Do I have the courage? Researched again and finally found out a calling, which is again a changing the world idea, right? The idea had to be strong enough for me to leave a nice paying job, because I was a slogger, right? So a nice paying job by that time after 10 years, VP marketing, good salary, good ESOPs, driving things, good team, everything in control. But the changing the world phenomenon that was in that kid led me to start this venture, right? I put in everything that I had. I got my wife into it because she was also everything that I had. We just got into it. We said that it's all in or nothing. And we put in our capital about 30, 35 lakhs of savings, put in a team, started building something which actually failed in the first year, right? So we were in this college, we did a case study before launch, everything looked good, but India didn't accept that business model. The model was that we will give out scooters or bikes to people to go from point A to point B and use an app, right? It tanked. Globally, it started tanking. Saw that globally it was gaining some success, but it tanked. And that was, again, a calling in the life of a person that, hey, we are failing, but we don't have a way to do anything. But we found, I think change is also that 2x2 box where you see yourself every day, right? In that mirror, you see that, hey, what is it that you're missing? And that missing thing was that while we were on the right track of sustainability or electric mobility, can we deliver things? Can we change the business model? So we changed our business model fully. COVID happened, it helped. And with that change, we became an EV-led delivery service for all the B2B businesses, right? So whether it's a food or taxi or e-commerce, we started doing deliveries. Case in point today, we are at about 22,000 bikes on road, the largest EV fleet in the country. We deliver about 60 lakh shipments. We are, the biggest point of change is that we are enabling about 25,000 people. Via this, they earn a living, they live a healthy lifestyle because of what we've been able to do so far, right? So that's some change that has happened. I'd love to have a tab on time, by the way, if anyone can tell me. But yeah, the next change, which I saw after that, is that there was another change which is happening while I was now building a team of 1,200 people. They're running the business. What is the other change that this guy is seeing in that 2x2 mirror? And then I saw that now there's a new thing which is happening, which is the world of empowering people with what you know, right? There is a new breed of content creation, which is a new change that I was seeing, right? I was building my company, I didn't have time. But I saw that, hey, there's a change which is happening. People are trying to impact lives, and it's like a give back. You can give back people something that you know, something that you learn in this journey, and start shooting videos. So again, I used to didn't was not that good in front of the camera. I could repeat, stumble a bit, but then said that let's try it. It's another change. The only thing that if you want to get change into the world is to put that time, put that discipline, and subscribe for the 900 days. So my formula is 900 days, subscribe for it. Put your 10, 12 hours of a day for it. And every day, you got to do that, right? So started doing that, hey, let's put some time on content, put 10, 12 minutes every day, at least give it a discipline, put a video out every day, started doing that. And yeah, kind of built a community, which is growing quite crazily now, thankfully, right? I think people have started figuring it out. Maybe I'm starting to figure out, right? And that community is like a change. There are startups which are pitching through that community, raising funds, getting help. It's a community called Kash Se Akash, which is another point of change that I have seen around me. And I think the finale that I feel, that where I would like to see the next level of change, is to try to now be a change maker. While I have brought some change, can I build bigger changes, not just by doing myself, but by helping a lot more people who want to build companies, who want to build startups, who want to kind of be faster. Because as I said here yesterday, someone told me that US has about 1,000 unicorns, India has only 100. US has about 5 times more startups than India. Then what are we waiting for? This is the time for us. This is the opportunity in calling. And if I can be that catalyst in some form or shape to impact those lives, why not? So that's the change that I'm here for, and that is my life.